all you lovelies, Jennifer Ziliotto, back for another style fix video. Thank you for joining me once again this week on my YouTube channel. Thank you to all you new subscribers. So nice to have you here in our lovely little community. And today I wanted to talk about something that kind of really dawned on me recently. You know, when you sort of see things and then you don't quite put two and two together until you do, and then you're like, oh yes, this is really clear and makes sense. And for me, it just dawned on me this morning, and that's why I wanted to talk about it in this week's style fix video, and that is this idea of high-low dressing. This is something that we've been talking about for quite a while now. It's definitely, I would say, a residual of COVID and the fact that not everybody's working in an office anymore, and people are just generally less formal in their dressing. And I think that in one way there's kind of a bit of a sadness perhaps with not being so formal, but in another way it opens up a whole new world of opportunity in how you can style things. And when I said I finally put two and two together, I finally realized that a lot of the pins I've been pinning on my boards are basically that kind of look. And I love it because it feels very fresh to me. It feels new. It feels very current for where we are in terms of fashion right now. And I think it's a place where you can be really creative. So I wanted to dive a little bit into that in this week's style fix video. So when you think about this high-low dressing, it's kind of goes with this whole idea that anything goes. You really can kind of be playful. You can be intentional, you can be experimental in how you're styling your outfits. Denim for me plays a huge role in high-low dressing, whether it's a jean jacket, whether it's a denim skirt or a jeans, for instance, or shorts even, because the very fact that denim is such a utilitarian kind of fabric and is quite casual for the most part. There are always exceptions to the rules. I feel like denim is a great way to start if this is a new kind of idea of styling for you. I also think, and again, this was touched on in How to Style Sneakers video. If you didn't see that, you can check that out here. Doing sneakers with any kind of outfit automatically makes it really high-low. I love the idea that you can do sneakers obviously with dresses and skirts. It's really intentional in that kind of look. And I think sometimes when we're not completely used to a look of something, although I think we are getting very used to seeing sneakers styled with dresses and skirts, but it is still somewhat, not everybody styles dresses with sneakers is what I'm trying to say. And so because of that, it becomes a little bit unexpected and you can really break rules here. And I think that's where the creativity comes in, and I think then it becomes really fun. Love the idea of mixing sort of very casual, like tracksuit kind of elements, whether it's sweatshirts or track pants, with higher end pieces like great sunglasses, an amazing leather bag, a beautiful necklace. Love this idea of playing around with the juxtaposition of things, because it's at another point, it is again unexpected. And when it's unexpected, like I said earlier, you have a lot of room for creativity. I love the idea of mixing a track pant with a blazer and a high heel. I love the idea of mixing a track pant with a denim shirt, let's say, or even a more structured cotton white shirt. I think it's fun, it becomes a little bit cheeky, and I think it's really cool. And I also feel like even somebody at my age, I feel like I could totally wear this and pull this off. And another place that I really like this idea of doing something that's a little unexpected is pairing graphic t-shirts, for instance, with a dressier item, whether it's a dressier pair of pants or even a skirt. I love this idea of kind of playing around with this really casual dressing and then this really sort of polished dressing. Something else to me that really seems to fit high-low dressing, and that's mixing prints. I've talked about this a lot in the past. You know, I love the idea of mixing print because you have to think kind of outside of the box when you're wanting to style outfits like this. And I love it. I think it's different. I think it's fun doing a stripe, let's say with a printed pant, doing a leopard print with a pajama style top. And so when I was saying earlier how all of this kind of just dawned on me, I feel like I've been talking about this in so many videos, like the pajama chic trend alert for the last few months. And I feel like it's like, oh yeah, this style of dressing is exactly kind of what we're seeing repeated over and over and from one season to the next. And it still feels really current, and it still feels like it's going to become even more current, if that makes sense. We're gonna see this more in the future. And then another place where I feel like high-low dressing is really having a moment, and that is doing things that are oversized. Doing an oversized shirt dress, doing an oversized pant, let's say, playing around with volume and shape and texture, and also this idea of having this kind of more of a rugged type garment with something that's a lot more high-end and designer and fitted. I think it takes a little bit of a bold attitude to pull this off, especially if you're doing something that's a little bit more on the dramatic side, but you can totally make this work with a simple kind of linen shirt dress and play around with how you what will you pair it with, instead of perhaps doing a sandal, doing a sneaker, or doing maybe even a sock and a high heel, or doing a little sock with a loafer, something that you wouldn't necessarily think to do, but is comfortable and looks good and is a lot of fun and really works. So like I said, why not? One of the main things to think about when you're wanting to try this kind of styling technique, that is the mixture of texture. We cannot forget how important that is. Mixing a satin with a cotton, mixing a denim with a really flowy, really pretty kind of fabric. Mixing those textures together creates that kind of tension and makes it really interesting, because it blurs those lines of what is a formal outfit and what is a casual outfit. And I think that this is really fun and kind of exciting. So that is it, my lovelies. I hope this video got you feeling inspired. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And of course, for more style ideas, for more inspiration, don't forget to continue to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. And you can now check out my Substack if you want to see how I'm going to be styling some of these looks coming up soon.